There we go. All right, we should be officially recording and up and running. So welcome to the True Blue Team monthly webinar. This is something that we started last month. So this is edition number 2, or whatever you want to call it, number 2 version of it. And so we're excited about the format. I think the format is going to be very beneficial for the team so that they can build the business with the latest information, the latest updates. And when you get an organization that starts to grow, I was told a long time ago that at some point it starts to get beyond your influence or what you can touch on a daily basis. And I try. I try to talk to as many people as I can in the day. And last night I didn't get home till almost 2 in the morning from a presentation we did 4 hours away. So, you do the presentation and then there's the meetings after the meetings. And I know Gary Stern was at that meeting and he had a long drive home, and Abe Cantanilla was at that meeting. So I don't know. I told the guys last night at the meeting, I'm like, I scuba dive a lot, right? And sometimes you're down on the wreck or wherever you're at, and there's a bunch of bait fish all in the water. And if ever there's thousands of bait fish and they just take off, like the bait fish are just like that gone, there's a big fish in the water, and it's not you. Okay, just a little hint to the people that may go, in the waters with us in Florida. And so there's an instinct there that those fish know there's something going on, right? So I'm telling you this because when a Pro 10 drives 4 hours during the week to go do a house meeting, and a couple Pro 7s drive hours to go meet them, that should give the rest of you guys the animal instinct inside of you. The animal instinct, the networking instinct inside of you should say something's going on, right? And you should be running as fast as that bait fish to go capture what's going on right now. The guys, we had a phenomenal month, and there's so many amazing things going on in the company. So this call is going to be fun tonight to talk to you guys and get into some of the things that we set up last month and some new announcements. But before we get in too far, I want to make sure that you guys are very aware of the promotions that are going on right off the top of this call. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I want to pull up the corporate website, see if I can move some stuff around here real quickly. Let's do this. All right, that should work. All the stuff's open. Bear with me 1 second. We'll have it up. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Well, let's just open a new page. We'll do it live. So just go to your browsers, right? You open up the LifeVantage page. And once you get there, once the page opens up, you should be able to go to right here at the bottom, the 2017 promotions. Click on that. I want you guys to be fully aware of what the company is doing right now, right? And so in connection with not only the $25,000 or $50,000 physique challenge that's going on, the company is also incentivizing the distributors to reach certain enrollment marks or benchmarks. And so you can see right there, the company is offering a Fitbit for anybody that enrolls 5 new gold or platinum packs, equaling $5,000 in CV, right? Commissionable volume. And then the next step from that, you can see the qualification period is January 9th to March 31st. If you step that up to 11 platinums or the combination thereof with preferred customers, it's $11,000 in commissionable volume. Then you're going to get an Apple Watch, which is really cool. I mean, I remember what some of the first incentives this company did around an iPad, and it really was amazing. A MacBook is being given out too, right? The top 2 enrollers participating in the markets that are participating are going to get a MacBook. The ones that I think are most exciting to me is the $500 to rank advance to Pro 3, right? That's huge, huge. And there's even incentive for people that were Pro 3 to get back to Pro 3, okay? Not starting from scratch. And $1,000, right? You'll earn $1,000 if you get to Pro 5. And there's also an incentive for people to get back to Pro 5. And so the company is really doing a good job, guys, of putting some cash, right? Putting their money where their mouth is to help us get it in gear this year. And so stay on top of the physique challenge too, guys. That is an amazing thing. I was talking to Brian Hepker today. Let me come out of this share a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. Let me turn this off as well. Okay. So I was talking to Brian Hepker today, and he's been on Facebook on our team page, and he's lost over 20 pounds. Pretty cool. Really, really cool. And I think he said 24 pounds, and that's just the first month. So just a little reminder, guys, the cleanse you can use more than once in this period, right? And just yesterday or the day before, the company made an announcement, super pumped, that now the additive for your physique shake, the physique curb and physique beauty, those two additives are now available to be added to your auto ships. That is awesome. Super, super awesome, because I'm out and I like buying things through my auto ship. I don't like doing spot orders. I like doing things through my auto ship. I like teaching that through my team. Just a little word to the wise. You should not have your auto ship on the 25th. You should not teach your team to put your auto ship on the 25th. The 20th at the latest. I would encourage 5th, the 10th, the 15th, because then that gives you the rest of the month to make sure your customers are getting their product. There's always complications with credit cards. And it gives you time to educate them on maybe some new products, and then they can add that to their order before the end of the month and closing out the month. So that's awesome that we've got this physique challenge. Guys, listen, someone is going to win that money. And whoever wins that money, it is going to be a story significant enough to ride that all the way to Pro 10. This is all about a story. We are paid storytellers. And the stories you tell have a big impact on the success you're going to have. And I mean, literally, someone getting $25,000 cash could change some lives. I mean, that's life-changing money for a lot of people. And people will notice that. And so that story doesn't have to be the losing the weight. I think that's going to be the obvious story for people that are seeing, like Brian and others, that I saw a lot of you out there that, I mean, it's obvious just in the headshots how your face is, it's amazing watching you guys get yourself in shape. It's awesome. I'm doing the best that I can and hustling every day to be looking tight at the end of March. We're going to be a good looking group at convention in April. So, and with that said, guys, it's never too early to start for getting registered for convention, getting your hotel set, getting your team there. It's, you can complicate this business with all kind of thought, but this is a really simple business in that if you'll just share what you're excited about, what you're passionate about, and you will promote big corporate events. I mean, you could literally say, if you want to grow your network marketing business, just get more people to the next big corporate event. They call it a destination event. So in other words, something that takes some effort, some investment to get to. You guys should track those numbers if you're serious about making money with this business. And I think anybody that's been around this for longer than 6 months or a year, or maybe you've been to 1 or 2 elite academies, or maybe you're going to your first, I think you're pretty serious about making money. I think it goes beyond the unbelievable products that we have. If that's the case, one of the things you should track is just bringing more people to the event. I tell all the people all the time, they're like, well, how did you rank Advance so fast? Well, my very first event I went to, I went as a Pro 4, and we brought 12 people from our team. Okay. And so we were told, bring people to the team. And I was told, hey, it's a big deal to be a Pro 4. because you walk stage, right, and get recognized. And so I'll tell you right now, guys, it's a big deal. It's still a big deal today to get to that rank. That's a major rank, but it's a bigger deal to bring a team with you to these events. Don't come by yourself. I mean, come, but man, you're going to be kicking yourself that you didn't bring more people to the event. So enough of that. Time moves really fast with these webinars. And so by way of announcements, this is a big one. You guys are aware that the way people spend their money these days has changed. There's a lot of internet traffic. There's a lot of people selling product with Amazon and other things. And we as distributors from time to time are faced with that question about stuff that's out there on the internet. So just wanted you guys to know how amazing our company is. And Eric Marchant is a guy that I've worked with for years and years. He's given me some friendly phone calls from time to time, reminding me of things that I shouldn't say and shouldn't do for the well-being of the company. And so I was talking to him this week, and he shared with me that the company just put into the policies and procedures. So right now online, it's there. I would suggest you guys go to it tonight. But in your policies and procedures right now, it states if a distributor is caught selling our products on the internet, they will be liable to a lawsuit and damages up to 10 times the amount that they have sold. 10 times. And the company is serious about this, really serious about it. So serious that not only is the person that put it on Amazon or wherever they put it, the person that helped facilitate it. In other words, maybe the person that put it on Amazon or eBay is not a distributor, but they have to get it from distributors. The company is not supplying this product other than through the distributor chain. The company will track back to find out what distributor is facilitating this behavior, and they will be sued as well. I like it. I like it. Spread that word. While people are talking about it, just make sure you're saying, well, don't you know in policies and procedures? And in fact, guys, if you know people doing this, I think it's your duty to take care of this company and let our legal team know that you know of people that are putting stuff on there. And who knows, you may be compensated for it. So keep that in mind as this thing is going. So just wanted to put that out there for you guys and give you some of those updates. Let's get into now the meat of this webinar. You guys know that we talked about on last month's webinar, marrying the process, right? The process of building a network marketing business. And there are a number of things that are involved in that process. The basics are obviously sharing the information, using tools, getting people to meetings, going to events. One of the big things is leadership development. And so all these things are part of the process. And we launched a program called Launch 60. You guys are well aware of Launch 60. And last week, I went up to Louisiana to work with our leaders there. Had a great time with you guys, amazing people. But in the process of discussing this, we realized that a lot of people have still not adopted Launch 60 for one reason or another. And so let me just tell you guys this. We're not here. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You own your own business and you run your distributorship however you want to run your distributorship. We're only here to make suggestions, all right? So anything I say from now till whenever, just take it as suggestions. And so Launch 60 was put together for a lot of reasons that we've already well documented. I'm not going to take the time to explain it now, but we realized last weekend that we could refine it. We could enhance it. We can make it better. What we found is that the people that were resisting a little bit with Launch 60 are people that were a little bit sketchy with LV Move, the apps for our phones. And so I thought, they're missing out on an amazing program because they're not wanting to do the Launch 60 program because of LV Move. And that's not at all why anyone should not do Launch 60. It's a phenomenal program. In fact, I'm going to brag a little bit right here, okay? I am a granddaddy now to a distributor. My kids are 11 and 9, so we ain't got any grandbabies yet. But I am personally enrolled a guy. He knows nothing else. He's probably on this webinar right now. I'm not going to say any names until he does what I think he will do, and then you'll hear the rank advancements and all those other things. But we enrolled December 22nd. He went through Launch 60, and honestly, he'll tell you he didn't do Launch 60. He launched about 25 or 30. He only called about 30 people, I think. So we still have another 30 to contact. But out of that, we got customers and we got a distributor, a grandbaby. So it's duplicating. What works doesn't matter. What duplicates is what matters. And so he doesn't know anything else. He's put people into this program. And now he has a distributor that we've already done a launch call for. So we are already, I've already got a grandbaby. Now I'm working on a great grandbaby within the first 60 days. Do you guys understand how powerful that is? Everybody I know that does Launch 60 enjoys it. They're fun. They're really, really good tools. But we have a lot of people that are resisting because of LV Move. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, if you're not comfortable with LV Move, that's not your game. That's not your world. I'm cool with that. I really, really am cool with that. I think I kind of assumed that there were more people using LV Move. And so let's not do that, right? In fact, if you have questions with LV Move, make sure you dive into all the training that's there. Ask someone that is using LV Move. I personally think it's a great tool. Do I think it can get better? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely LV Move can get better. We were working on that. And Ryan Goodwin is a genius. I'm telling you guys, the guy is so smart and has helped multi-million-dollar companies in and outside of network marketing. He knows what he's doing. And so glad to have him here with us. But Launch 60, guys, is something every one of you need to do. So I went in today, and I'm not going to pull it up on the website there on the share screen, but I went in and I updated the 2 documents, right? Just a little bit. So the first document here is the 5 steps, right? 5 steps to launch your business. And all I tweaked on this is at the very bottom of this, it said to put all your contacts into LV Move, right? Get 10 in motion. So I took that off. We still want 10 in motion, 10 or 20, right? What's that mean? That's your funnel. That's 10 or 20 people that are wanting to get more information or get involved, right? Nothing else has changed on there. But the talking points, right? This Launch 60 talking points, the bullet points. I went in and I tweaked a couple things. I'm just going to read them off to you. And we're going to have these documents to all of the elite distributors tonight. And we're going to have these documents on our Facebook page and on our websites really, really soon. Okay, so you'll have access to these through your uplines tonight and through Facebook immediately. If you go down to the bottom, it used to say technology, the close. Now it just says the close. And the third bullet point I changed a little bit. It just says, with the help of the distribution model, with the help of our distribution model, you can build a network of customers providing you, I'm skipping lines here, right? Let me get this right. With the help of our distribution model, you can build a network of consumers providing you an income without a boss or trading time for money. It's as easy as buying from Amazon. Even the busiest person you know can take advantage of what LifeVantage has to offer, okay? And again, these are just, you don't have to read that word for word. It's just, you're basically saying we have a distribution model that is going to allow you to create a network of consumers, right? And those consumers are going to provide you an income outside of the need of a boss or trading time for money, right? The next bullet point says distributor in quotations, like Fred and I are really excited to get your feedback on the information we supplied you. No pressure. We're just looking for people who care about their health and see the profit potential of sharing this information with their network. Okay. And the rest hasn't changed. Just those two bullet points where I just took out a little bit of the technology verbiage in there. If you like the technology verbiage, use it. If you didn't, use this. These are suggestions. We're having really good results with them, but again, you do what you want with it. Launch 60 is a program that we have married. I have married Launch 60. It's here. Fred Graves has married it. Our top elites have married it because it works. And I got a grandbaby, so it works. And we're going to work on a great grandbaby because it works, okay? And it duplicates. That's what I should be saying. Forget what works, it duplicates. Here's something that just popped into my head. It's something I've been talking about this week. I want you guys to have a goal. I want you to share a goal that I have. And I don't know if I know you won't fully appreciate the significance of this goal until you're in my shoes. But it's my goal this year to personally enroll a distributor and take them to at least Pro 5, a personal enrollment to Pro 5. So I'm going to challenge you guys out there. If you're a Pro 5 or Pro 6 or higher, why not take on that challenge? Why not? It will keep you in the trenches. It'll keep you grounded. It'll keep you attached to where all the links are at. It will keep you right in the trenches of your business, which is where every successful business person is if their business is successful. If you pull yourself outside of your business for too long, and I don't care what business it is, it will fail. People will steal. They'll rob you blind. They'll whatever. You got to be in the trenches of your business, right? And so that's one of my goals. If you're a Pro 4 or Pro 5, how about have a goal of personally enrolling someone and taking them to at least Pro 3 this year? Not just enrolling people, but having them duplicate, okay? And I think a focused effort for you guys in those people will be a tremendous help for you and them. So just kind of put some of my goals out there for you. I've talked enough about Launch 60. I would love for you guys to adopt that. The beauty in Launch 60 is that follow-up. We did some videos on that. Most people are not launching 60. They're launching 20 or 40, and they're only following up with half. Launch 60 is Launch 60. It's inviting 60 people, getting 60 people to a call or a video. Now, I had some experienced distributors last week ask me the same question. What if you're not new to this, right? How do I use Launch 60? Well, listen, I don't care if you get 60 people on a conference call or you get 60 people in front of this information one by one with three-way calls. I don't care. I happen to believe that the launch call, is a lot easier and less intimidating to invite to and to get people on. That's the results I'm seeing. We'll talk about that a little bit tonight with one of the guests on the line. But hey, if you got 2 or 3 people on a call, all a launch call guys is a three-way call. Just it's for more people. And so Mike, I was on the phone with Mike Huey today, and he's like, "Hey, I figured something out. This your launch call and a three-way call in your opportunity meeting, they're like the same thing." And I'm like, yeah. The three-way call and the launch call are identical, right? Unless on the three-way call, people are asking asking questions. The opportunity meeting is just a more granular explanation of the talking points on the launch call. I say the same things over and over and over again, right? Just in the opportunity meeting, I have more time to elaborate, all right? And so use those talking points so that there's consistency in our business. And again, talk about what you believe in, talk about what your passions are, and just talk to a lot of people, right? Talk to a lot of people about this and you're going to win. So Launch 60, guys, is a program that I obviously am excited about, and more people need to jump in. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear if you're going to get in now because maybe you don't have to use the app, right? I think there's a lot of wisdom in the app, but that's up to you guys to decide how you're going to use them. I think we should do a training just on the apps for our team personally. Maybe we'll do that. Let's move over into this next section of our webinar tonight. This thing, I told you, I told you this thing is amazing, guys. It's amazing, right? So I've got a couple people on the line. We're going to start with Mary. Mary, you probably need to unmute your line and turn your camera on. Maybe there you go. You don't have to turn the camera on if you don't want. That's fine. But I met Mary personally just last weekend in Louisiana at a training. And we got to talking a little bit about things that have been going on. And so we're going to share kind of a couple things with Mary. But Mary, you've read the book or some of the book, right? So why don't you let us know a little bit of what you've learned from the book and what you're going to use and how you're going to use it to implement in your business.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can.
I can get the video on. I was trying.
Oh, well, let me see if I can help. Maybe I can help. But go ahead.
Okay, so with this book, I've been in for a year, and I can tell you that I wish I had had this book a year ago. I believe that when we get our pack, whatever we sign up with, we should be given the proven plan by our sponsor, the CDs, and also given this book or this audio to go by before we start anything. That's what I've learned from it. There's probably 3 points that I think that I can resonate with everything in the book. I feel like I was part of every chapter in the book.
Which one specifically? Come on, give us some juicy.
I've gone through everything. The rejection that I didn't understand from my spouse who wouldn't take Protandim, the being mad at my very good friends who wouldn't even pick up the phone and talk to me about it. Just the rejection rocket was probably the worst. I guess I feel like I found out that it's just so important for your sponsor to prepare you to know that this rejection is coming, because you're just not used to it. You're not ready for it. So if they could just prepare you in some way to let you know that it's not about you, that it's about them, and to just move on and go on to the next person, and you'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. Another thing was, let's see, not talking to enough people. This is what really made a big point with me, was that not talking to enough people. I wrote it down just so I could say it the correct way. This was the eye opener for me. By only talking to a few people, say in the course of a week, the act of rejection by those few people becomes bigger than life. So just by talking to only a few people, those rejections are like life ending, because you only have those people that you're focusing on, and it's like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. I can't believe these people that I thought would listen to me and want something to do with me and understand what I'm excited about have rejected me. So Yarnell mentions the law of balance, and he says that the increase in the number of approaches will decrease the impact of the rejection. And I think that really was probably the most important thing in the book for me. I mean, everything in there was, every single chapter, everything that I heard, everything that I read, I have the audio and I have the book, just stood out for me. And then there was the fending off the scatter bomb, staying focused. We have a wonderful system. There's no reason to change it. There's just follow the system, follow the proven plan, and do what you're supposed to do and duplicate what you are being taught. And that's all you have to do. Sometimes it may not be easy because it's mentally and emotionally upsetting or whatever, but we have a fantastic system in place. So just follow it and don't try to change it.
That's awesome. Now Mary's going to give us a little bit of a bridge between the reading that we did and Launch 60, because Mary's been in LifeVantage for close to a year. Is that right?
Yes, November of 2015.
Okay. And you well, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. You tell everybody what the difference has been for you with Launch 60 versus maybe previously trying to introduce and get people in front of the information.
Okay. First of all, which was also part of the book, I went upline until I found somebody that I related to. And Kim Billiot has been my mentor, my friend. She has brought me through all of this. And so to come to this Launch 60 call, I had never made a call ever, had never picked up the phone, had never texted anybody. I shared the ABC.
In a year.
Yeah, in a year. I shared the ABC Live It, but it was kind of like the vomit thing where you just throw it out there and you think that they're going to call you back and say, oh, I just love this, so tell me all about it. And that never happened. So we did our first Launch 60 call just right after you sent it out there. We did it. And I invited probably 20 people by text. I still haven't picked up the phone. But I invited by text, and I had some of our, I feel like I'm yelling at you. I had some of our distributors on the call, as well as friends and family. And from the 20 that I invited, I think there were probably 12 on the first call. And from out of that, I have somebody who is on the fence, who's ready to go as a distributor, who became a PC from that. And then we did a second call, and from that, I got a PC out of that. And then the third call, we have 2 people who are interested in the business and the products.
Excellent. Excellent. And so I love that story, because one of the biggest success to me to Launch 60 is that it did somehow bridge the gap for some people that hadn't, for whatever reason, engaged in the business yet. And so that's a great story for you to share, because I think a lot of people are in your boat at some level or another, right? All of us have these fear built in, right? And so whether it's not talking to anybody or holding back. And so super pumped for you. And your text message today was really awesome. And I'm just looking at, from that text, I'll just tell them, guys, you mind if I share the text message? Okay.
I don't call.
All right. So she sends me a text message today, and it just basically says, I'll kind of give you the short version. I saw you and Lynette at the Hilton in Anaheim, and I want to introduce myself. And I circled the area 10 times before I got the nerve to walk up to the table. And by that time, I had started talking to someone else. She got to talk to Lynette, but we met face to face there in Louisiana just this past weekend. And all I could think when I was reading that text message is, man, you come a long ways now. You're on the webinar with us, and you're doing launch calls, and you're calling people. So I'm proud of you. I'm excited, and I'm glad you read the book. And there's so much good stuff in here. So thanks for being on.
Thank you.
So we'll jump over to Gary Stern. Gary, you there?
I am, brother. You hear me?
I can hear you. There he is. There he is.
What's happening?
You guys that don't know Gary, he's an elite Pro 7 out of Melbourne, Florida. The guy's an amazing guy. For the new distributors that don't know Gary, medical background in the physical therapy world. I think he helped put together an Olympic skier's knee that she blew out. He is a 5-time state time trial cyclist. And so what that basically means is he knows how to turn his body basically inside out for a little more than 50 minutes and ignore the pain. It's the most, guys, I've done some crazy stuff. It's a nasty discipline. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And he did it 5 times. He's blown out his knees in car wrecks and on snowboards and still came back. And he's an elite distributor. So I wanted Gary on tonight because he's read the book for a second or third time now. So Gary, give them what you took out of the first time you read it, and then now what you took this last time you read it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I can't find the original book, so then I re-downloaded the audio. So I've got that, and I've got some of my favorite clips that I highlighted, and I got the book again, so I could actually highlight those pages. So I'm a dork like that because I want to be able to go back and use those. What I did the first time was I didn't highlight anything. I read it and was just trying to absorb it, thinking, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing in this industry. The product was easy. That came without question. The industry, the actual business, I was scared to death of. I didn't know how to do it. So I read it preparing myself for the rejection rockets, preparing myself for how to do a meeting, how to close a meeting, how to build your team, how to not fall into the management trap. But the problem was some of the things I read were so far off that by the time I got there, I'll be honest, I forgot them. Either I forgot them or I selectively didn't listen, right? We're guys. We do that sometimes. So that was the first go around, Brandon, was preparing myself to do this industry. And I felt like it got me off to a very good start. Unlike Mary, and Mary, I got to give you props. That is amazing. You stole some of my talking points, so you're picking out the right information. But unlike Mary, it wasn't a year. I started making calls right away, and I just started making a lot of the mistakes. But I would refer back to the book and know, oh, that's cool. It's normal to make those mistakes. That's what everybody does. Just do them a little bit less. And I think that's how I made it up through the ranks very quickly. I think that's what holds some people back, and they don't hit pro 1, 2, and 3, which is what you're going to do on your own by muscling yourself through those ranks, by educating yourself. And the one thing I wanted to point out is right there, he says, this will be the Bible of network marketing. And it's kind of funny that Mary said it should be in every distributor's pack. When I enrolled, I was given this by Simon Kessler, and every personal enrollment of mine got this book for the first year and a half that I did the business.
And ironically, let's see, who is Simon Kessler's personal enrollment?
The dude talking to
me. Duplication.
I believe he got this book from you.
So now the second time you've read it, different perspective. Third time, years of experience, completely different perspective now. The second time you read it, what did you get?
I read it honestly more from a leadership standpoint. Like, what could I teach out of there? Where could I direct? In a way, is it prejudging people? Yeah, but I know what most of the most common mistakes are and the most common needs are of a newer distributor. So I can pinpoint them now. I've highlighted what I believe are some of the key points, and I can pinpoint them directly there. And rather than going into depth, because I did highlight them and everything else, it's just like a movie trailer. All I'm going to do is give you a few bullet points. One, the after meeting prep, to prepare the prospect before they leave the meeting, because you lose half of your enrollments when they leave the meeting.
Why don't you go ahead and teach it? Take 90 seconds and teach that point.
I don't even need that long. What he says right here, he goes, here's how to prepare our unwary prospects. We suggest you memorize or paraphrase this for your own use, speaking in the singular or plural text. But the bottom line is, folks, I know some of the numbers that you've heard are like eye-opening, and you're going to be super excited about this, right? But I'm going to warn you that when you go home, 2 of the most primary causes of failure are going home and going and trying to tell somebody about this, right? When they don't know what they're talking about. You're not trained yet. You're like this loose cannon that's going to go home and try to tell people, and you don't know what you're talking about yet. You're excited, but people are just going to think you're on something or that you're neurotic, right? So that's one thing. The second thing is you're going to start talking to your friends and family, and they're going to think you're crazy, and they're going to try to talk you out of it because they're going to come try to rescue you. They're going to think you joined one of those things, and it's because they know less about it than you do. And Brandon, I learned that point from you. Don't take advice from somebody that knows less about our products, our company, and network marketing than you do. By the time you've completed a network marketing opportunity meeting, you already know more than they do.
That's right. Awesome.
So that's just
awesome.
one of the points. And there's a boatload of them. I mean, everything from the other big points, some scripts in there that I put that I like, a follow-up system. We've talked about that. An accountability system to measure weekly efforts. That there's no early, some people had no early success. They talk about Jordan Adler in here. I've met Jordan. He's like a hero of mine. That dude failed. I don't remember the number right now. You may be able to help me. 9, 11?
It's 10. It's 9, 10, or 11 companies.
10 or 11 companies and never enrolled a distributor, didn't make a dime, and didn't quit. That dude's a stud. But this is the point, Brandon, and you know the point that I'm going to read. 95% of those people who do not quit and stick with the company for 10 years or longer reach the highest pay levels within their company. I'm at 6 years. That's exciting. I got 4 more. I just don't quit for 4 more, and I'm going to be a Pro 10.
You're close. I can tell you you're close. You're close. So thank you. Thanks for jumping on. The book's amazing. So I'm going to give you guys just some, I tend to also write. I highlight, I make notes, I fold pages over. I write names in the book. So, I underline stuff, and then I write names in the book, and then I got to kind of lock my books away, because then people are going to get on and go, hey, why you got my name in your book? But in the back, I also write down some more stuff. And so Gary just took one of the first ones. I love this stuff, guys. Persistence coupled with belief can never be defeated. Love that. You must have belief before evidence. So true. 50 to 60 thoughts per day. That's what we have. 95% are about the past. The past is what holds us back. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? 95% of those are in the past. Stop thinking about the past. It doesn't matter what happened last month or last year. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Of course. Follow up with leads until they enroll or die. I love that one. Of course, it's a little bit crazy, but I love it. Attitude is more important than ability. People learn the most while participating. Hello. If you want to make some money, you may want to go do some meetings and participate in the meetings. Don't just sit there. It's awesome, guys. This book was amazing. It is amazing. Gary's suggestion to give it to all your new people. Mary's suggestion is right on. What was it? A little bit less than 260 pages, less than 10 pages a day. But I know some of you are busy and you didn't finish the book. I know. So finish the book. Finish it and give it to all your new people. So as I'm thinking right now, I'm guilty. Delenn, if you're on here, I got to get you one of these books. It's amazing. You're not in your first year, but anyway. So that I don't do what I did last time, I'm not going to forget the next book. So the author of this book changed my financial world. The author of this book allowed me to look at money differently. He taught me the difference between a liability and an asset. He taught me the difference. Well, I knew that I was on the right track. I just didn't know how to articulate it. And this author, he's like Jim Rohn. He speaks so clearly. And for you guys that don't like reading, it's a much thinner book. So if you didn't finish the other one, you can still finish it and get this one done. But it's Robert Kiyosaki, guys. And it's the business of the 21st century. This book is powerful. It's Robert Kiyosaki, guys. If you don't know who he is, New York Times bestseller, millions and millions of books, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read all his stuff, but start with this one because it's about our profession. And I said yesterday, I think network marketing was just ahead of its time. You know, when it started 5 or 6 decades ago, it may have been something new, but I'm telling you guys, today's world with what Amazon is doing, we are no different than what they're doing, guys. Amazon Prime costs $90 or $50 or $100 to have a membership, and it's yearly, right? If you're going to get the convenience, there's a membership fee, right? Well, we have a membership fee. You want to get a commission check? Yeah, it's going to cost you something to get in the club, right? So you have to get a pack to get in the club, right? And when someone wants the products, it's just like Amazon. In order for you to get the products, they need your address and a credit card number. It's the same thing. Amazon is doing us a major favor as network marketers. People are okay with getting stuff shipped to their house. In fact, they're more than okay with it. That's what they want now. They don't want to go shopping and sit in a long lines. It's amazing what's happening right now. And it's why guys like Eric Worre say we haven't even got started yet in network marketing. Guys, are you guys kidding me? Airbnb has more bedrooms available than any hotel chain in the world. It's coming, guys. It is coming. If you want to hustle, I'll close with that topic. We'll come back to that. So we've talked about the book. We've talked about Launch 60, marrying the process, guys. The process is so multifaceted. We understand the process. And we're packaging it as a team. Team True Blue is back in a big, we never went anywhere, but we just, we weren't as meeting as much and on the same page as much for a little bit, and we're back. And, you know, I talked to some people outside of LifeVantage, and they said one of the things that was big for their groups when they were actively building were team retreats. And we got one. So a destination retreat where everybody's invited, right? Everybody can come with their families and spend a couple days together with the top ranks in our group, just us, right? So Fred Graves, I got to give him credit. He went to work putting something together. We went to this place this past summer. I know this place. I've been at this place. We've stayed there. It's amazing. It's extremely affordable, extremely, extremely affordable. Brand new. Got a video for you. Thanks to Tim Cox putting this together. So I'm going to share my screen. Pay attention, guys, because this is where we're going. All right. This is so awesome. Let me share the screen here. Come up and let's see. Here we go. You guys should be able to see this, right? It's called the Encore Club. Let me turn the volume up, and it's 45 seconds. Here we go. So just a little piece of what it is there. It's an amazing place over in Orlando. I hope you guys are excited about that. We're excited. We're going to have a Friday and Saturday event. Friday, we're going to get together and do some things with probably our upper ranks, but we'll all be there. Saturday's an all-day deal by the pool with the kids. The pools are ridiculous. It's a big water park. We're going to have meetings going on, and Saturday night, a big party for everybody. It's going to be really fun. So mark your calendars, guys, June 9th and 10th. Everybody's invited. We'll be helping you get to the housing there. There are big houses that you can share with 3 or 4 different families, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, 8-bedroom homes. You should be able to stay for less than $100 a night, right? Just amazing, amazing accommodations. And it's going to be great. We're going to do this on a yearly basis as a team, and it's going to escalate, right? Part of the process of becoming a dominant network group within the network marketing space, our team. I couldn't be more excited about that for what we've laid out for the future. So I think I've covered just about everything. I want to close with a little product conversation. We had somebody lined up that wasn't able to make it tonight. We were going to talk a little bit more about the physique stuff, but I've already told you a little about the success we're having with physique within the group and some of the weight loss. I want to share with you a personal experience that I'm having with Nerf 1, right? Nerf 2, as I've joked with you guys forever, is my girlfriend. I mean, you know, this stuff, it goes everywhere I go, right? And it's amazing. Nerf 1 comes out, I take it, and it was before pre-launch. And for whatever reason, I didn't get what I thought, right? So then we do the launch, same thing. So I was in Orlando, of course, at the Elite Academy, and I had Natalie Chevreau in our room. Actually, she's so awesome, guys. She had well, I'm not going to tell her story, but anyway, tell her business. She's awesome. She comes to our room late one night, and I say, Natalie, Nerf 1. I'm just going to be honest with you. When I take it around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get tired. I'm tired. And she goes, oh, you're this da-da-da-da-da-da type person. And I'm like, okay. She's like, take it before you go to bed. Guys, holy cow. If you are not feeling amazing on Nerf 1, you may be like me. I take 2 or 3 right when I go to bed, and I sleep amazing. If you give it 3 days, I bet you'll feel something. By the 3rd or 4th day, I sleep amazing. And the next day, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, guys, I didn't get home till almost 2 in the morning this morning. Got up, had to get out of the house for an appointment at 10, and I didn't crash this afternoon. It's amazing. You may be having amazing results taking in the morning. If you're not, take it at night before you go to bed. Nerf 1, I'm hooked. I love all the products, but there's a few products that I cannot go a day without, and now Nerf 1 is one of them. I'll be taking mine here in just a little bit. It's been a long, long, long day. So the product, guys, is, everybody has different reactions to different things. And so just make sure that you are sampling these products, getting these products out, and above all, doing the meetings, right? However you want to do this, there is no replacement for doing the meetings. It was an amazing month. I'm not going to go through all the names of the rank advancements for right now, because I'm just trying to clarify a few things. But we had a number of new Pro 3s, some 4s. I do know we got a new Pro 3 just this past month. I can't make any official announcements till the 15th. So the new 3s and no new 4s, I think we had about 10 new 3s, 4 new 4s, even a couple 5s in there. That was from the month of December that we got confirmed in January. But I do know we had some new rank advancements in January. Some of them I knew right out of the gates as Pro 1s and so. Exciting to see what's going on, guys. The enrollments were really solid, really good. February, I'm going to leave you with this. February, even though it's the shortest month of the year, has been a special month for us personally. It's the month Lynette and I hit Pro 7. It's also the month we hit Pro 9. And we barely missed Pro 10 in February. We hit it the very next month in March. February, Pro 7 and Pro 9 and almost Pro 10, all in the month of February, of course, different years. You wouldn't think, because it's a shorter month. Don't underestimate the power of February, but it starts by getting after it, right? And I'm gonna tell you this too. What you do today, you get paid on 90 days from now. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys were in that launch 60 mode in November, December, and that's why you've had a good January. You're gonna have an amazing February. So get busy, guys. Stay consistent. Read these books. Just, guys, we have married the process. I am not divorcing we have married the process. I'm not getting sidetracked. I know what works. It's worked before. We just all haven't hit it at the same time in all the cylinders. Couldn't be more excited for what's happening. We've got new teams popping everywhere. You guys are amazing all over the country. And guys, we have something special, really, really, really special. And so get your calendars booked for convention in April. Get your calendars booked for June for the True Blue Retreat. We're going to have a lot of fun there. And that's it. Right at an hour. You guys have a great night. I don't think I missed anything. We got the announcements in. We got everything in. And so glad having you guys on here. Y'all have a good night. See you later.